Life says, "I love when you start the Watchtower with this. Gives hope that the future DC is brighter than it has been before." It is. That's the thing. What what I tell people constantly is you take a look at what DC was prior to this, regardless of what you think of James Gunn and Peter Safran. I don't care what you think about them. DC has never been in a more stable position than it is right now. It never has been. I'll take it a step further. Okay. Sure. When it was under Christopher Nolan, or it wasn't even under Christopher Nolan, you had Christopher Nolan making Batman movies. Okay. But even then, Warner Brothers didn't know what they were doing because they had Christopher Nolan doing Batman movies. They tried to have Bryan Singer do a Superman movie. Then they were trying to have Frank Miller do Justice League Mortal, and they were going to have two different Batmans and two different Supermans, and they were like just a hodgepodge of the mess going on there at the same time. So even at that time, they didn't really know what they were doing. Then you go back even further. They were going to do a Batman versus Superman movie back when Will Smith's I Am Legend was being made, and that didn't happen. That didn't work out. You go back to the 90s, you take a look at the Batman and Robins and the Batman Forevers. And sure, I love Batman Forever, but that was like the time period I was a little kid and it worked for me. The bright lights and the fun and yeah, okay, whatever. But you take a look, you go back through these generations, nothing when it comes to DC films has ever been as stable and as really like straightforward as it is now. They have a studio, they have studio heads who have a plan, who are moving forward and understand what they're doing. They have a path. And not only that, there is confidence in what they are doing. And that is what is exciting. Look, I get that when Zack Snyder was there, I get that he had a plan as well. I get it. And you or some others may have thought that his plan was better. But that doesn't mean that the DC brand and film universe at that time was better off because it wasn't. You take a look at all the backstabbing, you take a look at all the crap that was going on behind the scenes. There was not a good footing for that universe because of what was going on at the studio. But you take a look at today, DC Studios and the DC brand when it comes to films is in a better place than it has ever been before. And I take a look, Creature Commandos is fantastic. Superman, people are excited about it. Look, the fact that this Superman trailer has done as well as it has, that the trailer views are in the top 5 in the first 24 hours. The trailers that it's matched up with, which is like what No Way Home, Endgame, Deadpool and Wolverine, like it's in that pantheon of films. What do all those movies have in common? They all hit that $1 billion mark. I'm not saying that Superman's going to hit $1 billion, but what I'm saying is there's that same type of excitement and curiosity that those movies had. And that is very important and that is very interesting because if you can build off of that between now and when that movie comes out, well, you might have $1 billion movie on your hands. If not a billion, well, damn close to it. And that is a huge, huge step in the right direction for DC.